Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think
All right,
we found
y'all. Welcome to another episode of Brooklyn's Balance. You guys said you needed that balance, and we are here with it. I am your host, Meekz, and my co-host.
It's your boy, Britt Stoney, the one and only.
It's your girl, Britt. Hey, guys.
And we are back with a part 2 to our episode. So when we first was talking about it, we just was kind of, talking, venting, and I realized there was so many points, so many things that we could have spoken about and we didn't speak about it. So this is part 2. This right here, this topic, we're going to talk about our situation, but then we also going to show y'all like how to deal with confrontation. So the topic for today is confrontation. So how do y'all feel about confrontation? Like, do y'all know what it is? Like, how do y'all feel about it?
Confrontation? No, I think confrontation is basically a conflict. I don't remember it verbatim, but to sum it up my own meaning, it's basically like when you have an issue with someone or a conflict and you want to address the situation, and it can either be negative or positive. And yeah, that's the conversation when it's a dialect, two people confronting an issue.
Go ahead, because you look like you want to say something spicy. Go ahead.
For me? No,
Yeah.
When you said how to do it, I was going to say my definition of confrontation is when two people have an issue and they want to confront one another, but they don't know how to do it because some people misinterpret confrontation. Like, it doesn't always have to end in a bad thing.
And I think that's one of those things that people be saying, like, yo, confrontation. Oh, I don't want to get in confrontation with people. Or those are the people who walk away from situations and be like, oh, I want to protect my peace. Like, that's not you being a person. You're not grown up.
They be trying to avoid.
That's
it's just avoiding. Sometimes they might be in the wrong and they want to avoid the fact that the person is gonna actually point out where they was wrong at, and they don't want to face that because they think they're right.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Stoney did in this situation.
Nah.
So do I.
You don't feel like you did that?
Nah.
How not?
I ain't going to say no names, but if me and you got an issue, I don't give a fuck to talk to the next person.
Yeah, but you blocked us.
Nah.
You unfollowed me. I just got a follow when we left the last studio session. Look,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but hey.
That was avoiding. You wasn't trying to deal with, you was being confrontational.
Yeah, I was being confrontational, but I wasn't, at the time when this shit happened, it was like, all right, this is what was said, that was said, I need some time, but I didn't want to really just go super head deep into this shit, like, all right, we gonna do this and we gonna be
so
beefing.
you chose to unfollow?
I mean,
You chose to avoid?
I got
away?
removed from the group chat, so hey, it is what it is.
Everybody got removed from that group chat.
Sure did. You all got removed. I woke up one day.
Everybody.
I'm saying when this shit happened at that time, when I got removed, I'm like, all right, let me unfollow everybody. Just, not everybody, but let me unfollow you.
You unfollowed them.
I removed when you went and said you're no longer a part of Brooklyn.
Nah, I got removed. That was after I got removed.
Nah, he got removed before that.
Yeah.
Once he was like, we all was having a good day, and he was like, everybody ain't happy and shit. Fuck that. What's this about? I said, oh, negativity.
Yeah, and that's what it really was. Like, it wasn't really no negative
like,
shit
either.
I feel like confronting someone, it only becomes confrontational on how you address it. So it's how you go to the person, because we can have a conflict and we could talk about it, but it doesn't have to be a negative confrontation. Like, it don't have to be confrontational.
But you know why it ends up like that? It's the assumptions that people make based off of knowing people. Because I'm a strong personality, you a strong personality, you a strong. So people make that assumption and they go, because I don't want to have to fight with somebody and I wish you the best. Stop wishing people the fucking best.
No, for real. I fucking hate that
Stop
shit.
it. Like, just fix the problem. Yeah. Fix the solution. And I get it. I feel like, and again, we being honest. We not being honest. We being transparent. You are one of those people that have confrontational moments with people.
Oh, yeah, of course. Most definitely.
Especially the live.
So, I'm talking about in life. I'm talking about like that video when he beat somebody up.
Right.
He just always, he comes off aggressive and he want to fight. But people say the same thing about me too. They be like, oh, you come off aggressive. Nah, it's aggressive to you when I'm standing my ground. It's aggressive if I got to point it to you, because it's me defending my feelings and how I am. And it's like, you choose to walk away and avoid it, but I'm going to attack it head on. And I felt like, and this is one of those things, and don't take me wrong for what I say. We had the episode with emotion over logic, and y'all was steady trying to say that women are emotional, but whenever it come to situations like this, men are
so
emotional.
Not even situations like this. Confrontational, period.
Emotional.
Like,
you didn't even see his
God.
body language just now. The look on his head. That's one of the things. He said emotional. You was emotional. Carl Thomas, emotional.
I think women are sensitive, so we know the difference. Women are sensitive, but we can well, not
we
ever.
are emotional with logical questions. That's what we're emotional with logical questions.
Right.
So in that moment, I'm gonna be on 10, but I'm gonna ask you. It's like, answer this question, but for the rest of me, get active. That's what it is, and you already active.
See, but I think when you say that, and some people mind, like what you said earlier, when we know who you are, we have the assumption like, damn, I don't want to deal with this today, so I'm not even gonna confront this. I'm gonna just let it surpass, and I'm gonna just like we gonna just. What you doing the next day, and instead of confronting the issue, not
even knowing that I care enough that I want to work out whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's my main thing.
But I also think we wasn't taught on how, like, I also think we didn't really have like a view on how to address
Your issue.
a conflict. Yeah, like I don't think so. People have different like. I don't know, and it be prides. Like
that's what it is. We were taught that. You went to elementary school. Your kid learning that right now. Your kid learned conflict resolution. If Timmy take that block from you after you threw the block at his head, guess what? Y'all both gotta go in timeout. You gotta stop, think about it, calm down. In the same day, the same 24 hours. And then you sit down and you go while you're still emotional, because how can you communicate your emotions at a later date? Most of the time, what we do, we heal, right? And when we heal and we want to have that somebody want to have that conversation later on. I don't want to have that conversation later on. I moved on from that. You just going to ignite me back to what I was. I already came up with a plan.
But I do believe sometimes certain people do need to process things.
But it don't take that long to process.
No, you can do it within the same day, but not right there and then. Like, give me probably an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Sometimes people need to process things, because you ever have like a confrontation where the next day you be like, damn, I really wanted to say this. Like, I ain't even get to say this. Like, all these things start popping up.
Yes, but I don't think that got to do with... that's me putting 2 and 2 together to still defend my point in emotions. That's not the... That's not the confrontation.
Like, you just acting off impulse.
I think that's just me being petty. If I got to think about what happened in it, that's what... to me, that's not... that's not something that you want to do in confrontation. So now, in this particular situation... you went and you got on live and you started doing rants and you started doing all this other stuff. Mind you doing it and I'm unfollowed, so I'm not seeing it. No, I'm seeing it, but you not realizing I'm knowing what's going on. In my mind, I'm gonna let you blow off. Like, it is what it is. You feel me? Like, he gonna figure it out. I'm gonna give him a day or two, because I'm also doing a bunch of things right now. And you took it all the way to the left. Like, what was your emotional standpoint behind that? Before you even say that, let me just make sure I put this out there. The situation was never about the main situation. It was about how you handled it and how you presented yourself. Because it would have been simple to just get past that. Because I wholeheartedly kept asking, but why? But how? And what the fuck is you doing? I know you enough to go, we do two opposite things. So I just make this make sense, because this is how I'm putting it together. And I feel like in that moment, your emotions took over everything, and you ain't give a damn about nobody else's emotions. And I find that, and I'm sorry to say this, men are selfish and women are selfless. That's why we're willing to sit there and figure out situations and work on situations and go through that. And in that moment, your problem literally wasn't even with me. Me and you was having a whole debate about somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm protecting somebody else, but you came to this. And I'm like, I need you to understand where I'm coming from. The same way that I would defend one person, I'm going to defend the next person. I'm going to defend the next person. And I felt like you took that moment to just personally attack me and then go to the brand. So now when somebody does that, I got to do something back.
Yeah.
I'm not finna let you... What Cash Doll said, I give you grace. You think this is Gracie's corner? Like, we not finna do that. So now I gotta match your energy, and I'm in this time. I don't want to match energy with people who I know I share things with. I've had conversations with. I've shared time with who I believe in. Don't get me wrong. Y'all piss me off every day on a daily basis. Britt was late.
All right.
Would it? No, because what if somebody was behind us and I wouldn't have been able to recuperate that hour? You understand what I'm saying for the content? Nah, no. Confrontation, confronted. Me and Stoney here early,
I can't
and you
control
was late. You
traffic.
got problems too. We ain't even talking about Stoney. You traffic. You work for the most traffickest place that you need to be on time for, so you should know better.
All right.
How is that? My fault.
No.
I'm just saying. But go ahead. Like,
I mean, honestly, personally, I was being super emotional, and I do want to apologize to you and Britt and anybody that I've harmed with my posts or my rants or anything that I said at that time. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I definitely was being emotional based on the fact that we all know what happened when we explained down the last episode without me ever getting too deep. But that's not the first or second time that happened. So in that time, I was moving, emotional, but I also was trying to make sure that y'all knew I wasn't coming at y'all in that way. So when it happened, I just like, all right, I'm going to take my time. Should have never been that long, but I just got extremely busy and booked. When I'm going through certain things, I just be keeping myself booked and busy. But I never really wanted to avoid confrontation. If you'd have called me, cool, but
why I gotta call you? You the nigga that started the problem.
I wasn't out on the phone.
No.
Y'all,
Yeah, that
he
day.
was that day.
And he ain't want to be bothered.
And because everybody else was calling me and all this.
I don't
and all
care.
That. But now I was trying to handle this shit with my family at that time. But if like I said, I could have called. I thought she was gonna reach out, and then when Buddy reached out,
That'd be the problem.
Cool.
People be thinking I'm gonna reach out after they did some shit to me.
I was about to ask, like, so
Sorry,
what goes through your what goes through your mind? Like, what is your thought process? So when you get angry or when you feel a way about something, which is in an emotional state, and you want to address something, what is your thought process on before you address that? You just
based off of what y'all just said, 9 times out of 10, everybody always think I'm coming off being aggressive. So I'm really the type of person that
you're a Taurus.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, besides that, I really know how to talk and I know how to move with certain people. But some people, they instantly just think it's going to be aggressiveness or disrespect or just too dominance. It's like, nah, it's not that.
Well, I don't think like that with you because I go head on with you because I don't be scared about not nothing.
And that be the thing. A lot of people don't want to go head on because sometimes they'll be wrong. They're like, I'm going head on with
I
a
don't
nigga.
think it should.
I shouldn't have
like
that. That's the thing.
Like it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't, but that be everybody else's process. Because I don't mind having those issues to diffuse anything that was really getting somewhere that I didn't have to get. You understand? So if we could talk like how we talking now, and I could talk with y'all instead of not talking to niggas I ain't seen 6 or 7 months, it's like, all right, bro. Like,
So
I have no issue with
I feel like
talking.
everything is always a cause and effect. So that's why people always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
So if you come to me with a conflict and it's you gotta expect to get back. But if
Of
you
course.
come to me on some, hey guys, hold on, I got a quick question, like in a group chat. Before I know we'll be talking about this, but real quick, I got a quick question. Yo, Meekz, let me holler at you. Or yo, can I call you real quick, Meekz? Like, you know, it was just like I felt like that was so probably personal to you that you should have made that conversation with you and Meekz personal. That it didn't have to be where we all felt how you approached the situation, if I'm making sense.
Nah, I get what you mean.
Right.
'Cause
So
sometimes a lot of personal issues don't have to be in a group chat. I felt that. I know how that goes, so I could attest to that. I agree.
yeah, that's why I think too. Like that's why if I have an issue, I'm now learning I gotta process it. Because if I act off impulse, it might turn into this. Like, you know. So that's just my way.
And that's the part that I'm learning to understand is that not everybody has the gift of being able to think
Right.
as quick as I can and to process as quick as I can. I could say that that's where that growth point comes at. I was you years ago. I was you at the beginning of life. So I could sit there and I'd be like, damn, why don't people want to have conversations with me? Or like, why do we get into arguments with each other and people say, I don't want to deal with this. That was a lot of self-reflection. To me now, I can in that moment handle it. Like for me as a person, if I have any type of anything with anybody, catch me at my hottest. One, because that's when you're going to be transparent. I don't need you to go home and think. If you want to sit there and be like, and that's why your bald-headed ass did it, I'd rather you say that now. You get what I'm saying? Because I know how you feel.
But some people don't want to.
But you know, I don't like fake.
Say,
I don't like fake. I don't like.
But people say things out of anger that they really don't
And I'll
mean.
take that. But you know what? You know what that gives me? That gives me an emotion, and that gives me that you care. That means that in this moment, it hurts both of us.
So what if I be like, okay, Meekz, I know you want to talk about this right now. Just give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes.
You can take the 2 minutes, but it better be 2 minutes.
Sometimes when you angry,
I'm not going to sleep
out.
thinking about this.
No, of course, I agree with that.
I'm not waking up the next. Like we should be. If we're gonna fix this,
day.
I should be able to wake up the next day and deal with that. And again, this is something that I learned because the word of the year that people want to. Yes, the word of the year that I realized when people say, or last year was trauma. The trauma and the trauma bonding. And I'm going to be honest, people don't know what that is. The reason why I handle situations today with people, because I've been in situations with real family members where you argue today and they literally die tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you want me to, and I'm petty. I got a list somewhere in one of my journals. Don't invite this person to my funeral. We ain't fixed nothing. No, so Meekz would want me here. No, the fuck I wouldn't.
I got that list
Don't you dare show up here.
No,
You didn't fix it when we was alive.
I'm not gonna front.
Don't do none of that.
Yeah.
So for me, and I get it, there's probably a 3% of being emotional that have the emotional intelligence that I have. I hear that now, and rather than you sit, you think, and you practice a conversation, and it's not as organic. I'm not gonna get
right. I
with
get what you're saying.
The problem. And what kind of person would I be if I can't take you when you mad? Because when you cool with people, whether you're doing business, friends, or all of that, I should know you in your sadness, your lowest, your highest. When you mad, you this, and it's like I don't want to bring that person back to that. I don't ever want that. So that's how I am, and I'm learning that. A lot of the people that are around me, they don't understand that about me. No matter how much I say it in English, Spanish, Chinese, it's on the YouTube channel, it's on the Instagram channel. I keep giving you the playbook and you keep going, I'm going to give you some time to cool off. Never give me time to cool off, baby. Because when I cool off and you want to come back and have this conversation when I'm healed, this version of me now don't even want to deal with that version of you. I'm Gucci. You should. Why couldn't we have a conflict resolution at the beginning? Because when you did then begin to reach out, it took me months to now come up with a new plan to have to figure out how can I redo something so I don't look crazy and keep my brand together. And it's like, well, here the fuck this nigga come. Mm-hmm. And
it was just like that too. Like,
day I was like, God, like what I'm like, God, am I supposed to have this conversation with or just pack this nigga up? You understand? And it's like, I hate when men do that. They wait to your best. Like, think of it as like if you in a relationship. You leave the girl, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to the gym. I'm getting fine. Hey, how you doing? Nah, bitch, fuck out of here. Because when I was fat, black, and uncomfortable, you ain't have nothing to fucking say. Now you want to talk to me? You are beneath me. You are not going to bring me back.
I get that. Okay, so what is your time? Like, so you just say in a day. We have to talk it out the same day, right?
I'm not going to sleep. Even with me being the thug that I am, right? I'm sensitive. I want to go to sleep and wake up and know that we good. I don't.
But everybody,
we gotta start again, and that's the
so
problem. So why everybody ain't learn what I learned? What schools did y'all go to? No, y'all letting what y'all learned, and y'all coming out and y'all freestyle Fridaying. That's the problem.
I disagree on that.
So if your son get into an argument right now with his sister, leave each other alone for 4 days. Y'all live in the same house. How that work? That don't work like that.
It don't work
like
that. It
gotta be fixed like in your talk.
But
hey,
it don't
stop.
ever be fixed right there because, see,
because you bring it up.
Even compare,
because as people you freestyle, you never really truly forgave because now you bringing it up.
Right, but then so this is my thing, right? It goes back to the first question that I asked you was, do you do this with everybody?
Everybody,
right? Now
I'm an equal opportunity employer.
When I mean everybody, though, I mean like not
my mother,
not
my
friends,
sister. Yeah. Yes.
But not family. Like, let's just say you...
People that I meet?
Yeah, let's say you work for an employee, a co-worker, right? Y'all
all
don't
my
really know
employees
each
will
other.
tell you that. Yep.
Okay. But then you don't know how that person is. So let's just say they don't want to do that. Do you automatically cut them off? No, you don't speak to them at all? Like, how does that... Because what if...
I'm still going to be me.
They not where you at.
I'm still going to be me, and I'm still going to do what I want to do. And what you're saying, yes, I've encountered that, but I'm not about to alter me because you ain't going to fuck up. This is me.
So then when they ready,
no, you know what always happens, and I promise you, I hope that they all attest to this. Years later, I get texts. I probably got in 2025 and 2026.
I hate that.
You were the best manager I ever had, Tamika. Things that you was telling me, I didn't understand it then. Or something that you said to me, then it resonated with me now. And I just want to apologize. I'm the person that people come and apologize to later on. The first episode that I put out when I sat down and told my truth, do you know how many phone calls I got from people that I ain't see? And they was like, don't ever stop being you. Those were things that I liked. But when you get new people who don't understand that, why the fuck I gotta adjust to you?
No, I get it.
It sound like you gotta adjust to me, and we all gotta figure that. Or we all gotta adjust to each other.
They probably be like, just because you're this person, well, why the fuck I gotta change this to fit your narrative? You get what I'm saying? So it's like the conflict is like a...
But then now what's the resolution? The resolution is always the conversation and being and acknowledging. And
come to some type of common ground.
And
we
that's
can be like, this is you, this is me. I respect you, and I just need you to understand that this is me, and I'm not where you at yet. Or I'm here, and you not where I'm at yet, so we could just...
Then unfortunately, this ain't the ride for you.
Yeah,
and
so
then
either way, a conversation needs to be...
And I think that when it does come to conflict resolution now, when it comes to this situation, this is the part that I've been going back and forth with. Even though today, Britt has like... set it off in my mind, like I can't deal with y'all niggas because why the fuck is you coming late? You ain't got no respect for my fucking time. Like what the fuck? It's things like that you got to sit back and go.
Yeah.
What made you want to have the conversation? What was the purpose of having the conversation?
Honestly speaking, I felt like in the time when it happened, like you said, I was being a little emotional. I did have a lot of other things going on. Yeah, I mean, a little. Listen, y'all see, it was never that.
You made content over me, nigga.
I made content over everything. I made content about
lives.
But the live, I'm a live once. Yeah, facts. Just explaining like, yo, I'm not here because everybody kept asking what's going on. So
but
like,
how is all these people asking and y'all not even supporting in the views?
Niggas be and that's another thing.
People only show up for drama.
Exactly, like I said, and niggas was watching face and wanted to know what was next. So I was like, yo, bro, don't worry about what's next. But I do apologize for going live about it, and like I said earlier, just not having that conversation right then and there. And I really wanted to talk based off the fact that time went by. A lot of people was asking me about the show, and I'm like, yo, it was never something that was super deep. It was never a line of disrespect that was crossed. It just was
on your behalf.
A matter of
But that's how you felt.
No, I'm talking about you never disrespected me.
Right. I'm like, I didn't feel like there was any.
It was no real tension and no real beef. It just was a misunderstanding. So I was like, all right, yo, I could have a conversation with her. But it was just literally a misunderstanding. And then, like I said, the other person that was trying to talk, they didn't even really give a fuck about the situation. That's just how I felt. Like, you don't even really care about the situation. You don't even want us to talk. You just here just to, yo, you want to do this? You want to do that? All right, bet, cool. But you ain't really care. So I was like, you know what? Me and you have the issue. Let's talk now. It's better late than never. And it was only like 90 days.
I disagree with that. I mean, for the purpose of this situation, yes, because I was able to stop, think, rebrand, end up where I am, and think about things like this. But now it's like, so now what do we do moving forward? But in life, ain't no such thing as better late than never with me. I'm saying that, and I'm saying this to a particular person, and I don't care if you see this. There's no such thing as better late than never with me. Because, you need to talk in that moment. I'm not willing to talk to people at healed parts. I don't care what level of therapy I get into. I agree with that. I'm not doing it because you don't get to come and talk to me when I'm at my best, and you might be the reason why I gotta go back. Especially and I gotta sit there and fight that. Yeah, like I healed, and now you going through that process. That meant like I didn't care. I wasn't prioritized. It was like, again, people are selfish rather than being selfless, and that's why I run into a lot of confrontations with people. And just understand that confrontation is not negative. Confrontation means that you want to work on things with people. It's the act of, coming head on and let's talk about it. Yeah. Let's acknowledge it. Some people, I like confrontation because that lets me know, that builds character development. Like, at least I know you ain't gonna run out on every situation. You finna be here. You're gonna fight. And that be my biggest thing. I know the level of heart that I have. And it's just, I don't like them people that walk away from my peace and all that. Like, go to hell.
So when you say that the level of heart, you're not having that for a stranger. You're not having that for somebody you don't really know. So if you have this conflict with one of us, your friends, your family, then yeah, that's when it's like, all right, I'm really gonna stand for, or we got to deal with this today. Because if this is showing me how important I am to you,
right,
with how long you gonna let this fester, right? So it's like, if it's a coworker or something, and we don't, all right, you don't want to talk about this today, well then, all right.
I'm not like that. I think a lot of the environments I worked in, I've only had minimal coworkers. You get what I'm saying? So it was already smaller teams.
Because me, it's just like,
yeah, and I care.
don't care.
A lot of the people I worked with, they was always my kids because I was always manager.
Right.
So it was always
it's different then.
Developing them, making them. So I haven't had that. I don't have that. Like,
yeah,
people who I was managers with when I worked at Google. Like when I get Golden Crust to come up here and they sit and we talk. I left Google how long ago? And we still keep in contact. We still talk. We share memes every day. They tell me what's going on here, what's going on here. I still speak to people who I worked with at T-Mobile, at Target. Or, you get what I'm saying? I built those relationships with people, and those are people that could sit there and be like, oh, I remember this. I remember Meekz when she first had her Invisalign and she was popping them out, putting them in water. You know, I remember when she first started baking or when she was... So I have those people. It's just... Okay. When you go on and you meet new people, it's like, I'm not about to change for you because I got 18,000 people that accept me for who I am. And I'm like, you going to get there.
That, then it's understandable.
But I've also learned to give people the quick notes about me. You know, hey, there's things but people don't pay you no mind. So you mad. Like, why you mad? I told you. So just to go into positive notes. When you guys did audition and we went through this and I said, all right, now I'm fantasizing, let's build it. I saw something in both of y'all. Y'all both got comfortable. And those were the moments that it began to let me down. And then it's like, we run into this, we run into that. People have pride, people have ego. And it's like, I get it. Everybody says, and these are transgressions to me. When people goes, oh, but this is your baby. I don't like when people do that. Because that means when you get to a point, you try to push more of the responsibility on me and take it off of you. And it's like, well, I said something to them. And it's like, no, like that's still not okay. We all signed an agreement to do this for a certain amount of time. And I feel like when it came to you guys, remember, there was other people I probably could have been like, all right, let me figure this out. I could have opened it up more. But I said, let me give the chance. Let me figure it out. Where do we stand today when this comes with Brooklyn's balance? It's like, one, at first I felt like, yeah, I'm missing out on a lot of time, a lot of opportunity. But I'm also learning it's more quality than quantity for me. I'll wait for the time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about it because whenever I produce something, it's going to come out and it's going to be fire. And I know the people who support me and they got me. And I'm going to have the content to get there. But it's like, us, where does that leave us? Like, what would y'all like to see after that? All right, we had the conversation. We put things on the table to the best of our abilities that we could. What would y'all like to see coming from this? And again, what was the purpose of the conversation?
So my view, I would think the purpose of this conversation would be to understand both sides, to see where the headspace was, to confront what was wrong or the feelings of the situation on both sides again, and come to a solution. And then, like as I said in the last episode, if you feel the need of having new co-hosts or trying to do the audition again, I think you should.
You need to, with conflict resolution, you have to say more I statements. When you start giving people those transgressions or going, if you feel, that's to keep you from a form of rejection.
Well, because...
So say the I part. What would you like to do? What does Brittany want? Rather than, because I do that sometimes too, when you like, damn, I want to soften the blow. That's not what that's about. This the transparency moment.
But
what
I'm also indecisive as
like?
well. I'm also indecisive as well. But I think that you should, one, put the vision for us again, like the blueprint, right, of it again. And I do think that you can do the whole audition thing over, because that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I said it in the last episode, and I still stand on that. So that's just my...
Stoney, because she ain't answer the question. She still
deflected.
Like,
no, that's what I would do.
Go ahead.
I feel like from this right here, I feel like we grew. We was able to sit down, talk about how we felt, resolve it without it being too toxic or too messy, to a sense where it's like, we didn't get nothing from this conversation at all. That's one. Two, I also do feel like you should rebrand like you've been doing and host another edition. If you feel like you should give us an opportunity to audition again, then that's up to you. But at the same time, you just got to keep going, because this is your platform at the end of the day, and you know what's best for you and who you could work with. So I have no transgressions. I feel like this conversation was needed, and I feel like it's a burden that's lifted off of my chest, because I was able to actually talk to you and let you know how I felt at the moment, and that was never that serious. And I do once again apologize for how I reacted at that point in time. But once again, like, it's really up to you, and I'm just really proud that we was able to have this conversation and move forward.
I accept, I understand, and I receive your apology. There was never any issue on my side. Were you difficult to work with? Yes. Will your other co-hosts say that? Probably not.
I would.
But
some
I feel like everybody...
I was difficult sometimes too to work with.
Today and every other day. I feel like y'all were always difficult, because it's like, yo, time is money with me. And then it's like, I'm trying to push this forward. What I would like, I feel like we're all still cool in our own matters. I want you guys to support me moving forward, that I have to put more content out, do more, and I want you guys to grow. And you guys will always have a seat here. I feel like if I call, because I understand, maybe it's a thing where I don't want to start brand new with somebody else, because y'all a little further along. But will I bring other people in for conversations and bring y'all in here and there? Yes, I would wholeheartedly. That's still my idea. That's still my vision. To me, because I am so forgiving, somebody be like, oh, fuck that. Believe me, I felt like that. I just tell Brittany an hour in advance. It is what it is.
We just go.
I still want to, because I feel like we didn't reach where we needed to reach.
You still can scratch that surface.
I feel
with
like
this conversation, or
no,
in general?
just in general,
okay,
what
yeah.
I seen when it came
Okay,
to
the
like,
vision.
I've never, like, I have my own visions, but I know that what I've seen for y'all, y'all ain't even touch it yet. But then I'm also like, but is there something that y'all want to do? That's the part where it's like, I could be pushing something on y'all that y'all didn't, but it is what it is. Here, yes, you will be seeing them on episodes. They'll come in, they'll come out. If it's topics that I know that I can't do with guests, or I feel like the other guests are not reliable, then yes, that'll be here. So on this
I'll be on time.
We'll see. On this episode of Brooklyn's Balance, this was the Confrontation, and we out.
Yes, sir. See you soon.
Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it.